let's go ahead and run down some of the other
Mhm.
matches. The opening match, and Joe, I want to
That was
get
the
your
only one
opinion
I
on it.
was
Was
really angry about.
What would you say, Joe?
Yeah,
So that was the only one I was angry about.
what a
Yeah.
Like,
shitball finish that was.
So
yeah,
Femi versus Cody Rhodes. I thought they were having a pretty good match. I thought Femi is super over.
mhm,
I feel like him being on another episode of NXT is just a goddamn waste.
yeah,
Legitimately, like he should. Mike Gilbert booking, right? If that's
mhm,
what we're doing, I would have just shocked the world and had Obafemi go over clean, right?
yeah,
It could have been a shock pin, but I would have had Obafemi beat Cody Rhodes. Cody would have been fine coming out of it. Maybe he's like he took the kid lightly, like kind of one of those deals,
yeah.
and then it could have paid off down the
So
road.
I will
But
say, you
he's
saying like,
fantastic. But the finish was total coward ass
yeah,
booking. You could tell Triple H didn't want to book the match. It was very
mhm,
likely John Cena's idea, and they placated Cena. And so like, okay, we're gonna do this, but we're not gonna give you a finish. And that's kind of what
yeah,
it seemed. Drew McIntyre comes in and gets the disqualification and big schmaz, and then that's all
yeah.
it was.
So you saying like they could have booked it as like Cody taking the kid lightly? You're asking a lot of wrestling fans to have like that deep of thought about anything.
Right? Yeah.
The I hated the finish. Like I knew Drew was going to get involved. I thought maybe at least Drew got involved in a way that would lead to Oba winning. You have a chance to make it not as terrible because they did have Oba put Drew on his ass. You could have just set up Oba versus Drew at WrestleMania, and I would have Oba beat Cody at Backlash right after. Like I think Oba. I've said for about 2 months now that if you wanted to put Oba in the main event of WrestleMania this coming year, fans would buy into him. He's that good.
Yeah.
He's great on the mic. He is a great athlete. He's picked it up like not very many have as fast as he has, and he's still getting better.
Yeah. Yeah, I really dug it, and I think Obafemi is probably the next guy
Yeah,
for the
I
WWE.
think they've got set up where they've got their next Batista and John Cena in
Yeah,
different ways, but like between Braun Breaker and Obafemi, both of these guys are, I think, 26 and 29, 28, respectively. They've got the future of their company set up.
yeah,
It's the
yeah,
first time I've gotten to watch Obafemi. I was
Yeah.
insanely impressed. Insanely impressed.
Yeah.
That dude's got it. Like they talk
Just,
about making
s-
stars. That dude's
yeah.
absolutely got it. He should absolutely win the Royal Rumble
Mhm.
and then do whatever post Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I think you could have made him tonight, but at the same time, like tonight was about John Cena, or that night I
Yeah.
should say
true.
was about John Cena. So I think and that's just not what they do. WWE doesn't throw a guy in and make them out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's never been them
The
ever.
the closest thing they've ever just thrown a guy that I can remember and just making him in one night was Kevin Owens when he just showed up and beat John Cena clean.
yeah.
But everybody
Yeah,
likes to
but
bring that up. But Cena came back and won twice clean right
Yeah.
after
yeah,
that because that's the Cena
and
way.
And it wasn't like Kevin, they say he made Kevin Owens. It wasn't like Kevin Owens was on top of that company. He was a upper mid carder. Like he was made as an upper mid card guy. And he held like the B world title for a long
Yeah.
time. So it wasn't like they went out and made him the guy. It was still Roman was the guy in that era.
Yeah, but if
But
from that point,
they made him. Yeah. He was
if you
seriously
would have
for sure.
put Kevin Owens in any main event, fans would have bought it.
But we're talking about making the next dude. Like,
Yeah.
and I do think that guy could be the dude. I think people have been talking about Braun Breaker for years now, and I watch that guy and I'm like, I get it, I see it, but I don't think he holds a candle to what Obafemi could be. That guy,
No.
I think Oba has a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
much
by,
higher
by
ceiling.
far. So this is one of the few times where I can say I seen a guy early and could tell he had it. One of his first promos on NXT, the fans started doing the who, and it was the first time they had done it, and he changed his cadence mid promo to match what the fans were doing. And like to a lot of people, that's not a big deal, but to a guy who doesn't come from an entertainment background, he was a shot putter at Alabama. So it's not like he was a big TikTok star, a big Instagram star, came from an acting background or anything like that. He picked up on what the fans were doing and changed the way he was delivering a promo early. And then the physical stuff matched that part of it. Like it was very clear early on that guy was going to be a future star.
Yeah, he was able to change his cadence while doing a fake Nigerian accent, which totally fucking
That's
like
a real
threw me off.
Nigerian
I thought that
accent.
was a legit accent.
It is.
So kudos
It's a
to him.
legit accent.
No, it's part of like
No,
he
so
has
he's
it a
talking
little
about it
bit, but it's more of a put on. He's like,
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
yeah,
more deeper than
yeah,
what it is natural. But like he did grow up in Nigeria. He did say in an interview he can turn it on and off as needed. There are some interviews he will do more of an American accent when when people need to understand him more clearly.
Well, it just reminds me of like you're getting into like a TV show, right? And you're like 2
Yeah.
or 3 seasons deep, and the main character, like you see them like do like an interview outside of the TV show promoting the show, and they're fucking Australian. You're like, what the
Yeah.
hell, man? I
It's
thought you were a
it's
Navy SEAL, you motherfucker.
yeah,
But no,
it's
you're an
not like
Australian in real life.
not like a situation of like Kofi where he was fake Jamaican and not even close to a good Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
But like Obafemi grew up in Nigeria and didn't move to America until I think he was like 14 or 15. So like,
Dude,
Yeah.
my wife's from northern Wisconsin. Whenever she goes home to northern Wisconsin, all of a sudden that accent comes. Like it's like
So,
a reflex where it just
I
triggers
believe-
back on. People are like
I
that.
believe the kids call it code switching is what they do. Is like
Okay.
when they it just
I think
it can
code
switch
switching is
on
like
and
it's a conscious thing. Like
off.
I think with some people, like they go home and they're like,
just not realize it.
they just pick up back, or like they hear the voice, they hear the accent, and like
Yeah.
they immediately fall back into it. I don't know. I think code switching is more of a conscientious. I could be wrong on this. If
So,
I'm wrong,
but-
correct me.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a conscientious
Oba-
decision.
Yeah, Oba said he can turn it on and off as needed. So like when he'll go to a local news channel to do the weather to promote an NXT show, he'll speak in a more American accent. But when he does all of his actual wrestling stuff, the Nigerian accent is what comes easier to him.
Yeah. Well, we all agree that he is the next big star.
Money.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, next match was Sol Ruka versus Bailey. I think Sol Ruka is going to be the next women's star for that company. She's fantastic. I said it when
Yeah.
she came to TNA, and she did a couple matches there. And I was like,
Mhm.
like, who is this person? Why is she so great? She's
Yeah.
she's barely scratched the surface of what she's capable of. I got a little heat last night on Twitter because it says she was a white surfer girl. Turns out she's mixed.
Yep.
So people gave me some shit for that. But in my defense, white skin, blonde hair.
Yeah.
I think she might even have blue eyes. So
Yeah.
I just thought, hey, look, one of us, man. Come
Yeah.
on now. I was celebrating. And turns out I celebrated too quickly on that one. So yeah, but the heat called me out on that, educated me about her background. So
She is fantastic.
but she's great.
Yeah. I know I seen somebody get onto her for stealing all of Will Ospreay's moves. And it's like, you know what? That's a good thing because Will Ospreay is awesome. And if she can do it, she'll be awesome as well. Like, yeah, you got to have some originality. That will come as she gets more into this. She's only been wrestling for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So like, why would she not?
Will Ospreay borrowed quite a bit of his stuff, too.
Right.
So I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like
How
that's-
many people in wrestling
come on.
are entirely original? Like,
Yeah.
it's 2025. This has been a thing for 100 years now. Like,
The only thing I worry about with Sol Ruka, she's already one of those NXT girls who's blown their ACL out, right? And the fact that she was able to come back athletic, pretty damn impressive. I do wonder physically, because she's insanely athletic. I do wonder physically how much her body can just handle the grind, mainly just because she has been hurt before, and it's So it's the real trick to me is, can she adjust when she can't move like that anymore? I don't know. It's interesting.
She'll have to tone down the athleticism at some point. The grind is not nearly as much. She'll probably only wrestle 30 matches a year now. Like that's what WWE is, and a lot of them will probably be 5 or 10 minutes long. And she'll just have to pull out the big athletic stuff for the big shows.
It's not even the grind. It's like, when you blow your knee, there's just things you can't do anymore. Like Dakota Kai or not Dakota Kai. Who's the other one? The one who's Mike. Who's the girl with the
Nixon
AEW
Newell.
takeover?
Yeah,
Thank
Nixon
you,
Newell,
Nixon
Tegan
Newell.
Knox.
I blanked completely a second there.
Yeah.
Like, she's blown both her ACLs and she's just a shell of herself. So
But
that's the only concern I have is like, because when you get a major injury, it's hard to come back from.
Yeah.
JD, that girl has no knees and does not want to put anybody over in AEW.
Oh, none. I couldn't. 100%.
So they're not having her back.
she's worthless. I just wonder about like,
Yeah.
but like I'm saying, like when you have a few major knee injuries in a row,
Mhm.
it like changes you as a person when your style is so athletic to begin with. So that's I'm not saying she ain't great because she's really talented. I just wonder. I think it's a legit question.
I think she will evolve as she starts to wrestle more people who are better than her. Like the more she wrestles, the Becky Lynches, the Baileys, the Charlotte Flairs, Io Sky when she gets in the ring with her, like Asuka, I'm sure, Asuka really gets a lot of people better fast when they start to work with her.
Yeah.
She'll evolve and get better. Another thing on Nixon, like you are right, she is a shell of herself. That first knee injury was not just an ACL. That was everything in the knee. One of the most devastating knee injuries I've ever seen in wrestling. So,
it's one of the things you have to cope with when you sign with
and
NXT is that you're going to donate an ACL or two.
yeah, and
Maybe a
at
PCL,
least with
MCL,
at
an
least with
Achilles
Saul,
tendon.
yeah, at
You're
least
going
with
to give it
Saul,
all up.
she's willing to wear the knee brace. To it not 100% effective, but it does help. It does help protect you from further injury.
Right. So to the match though, I didn't think the match was all that great. I mean, it was fine.
It was short, and they
got the
got
victory.
Saul's stuff in.
I do like her finisher, the soul snatcher. That probably should
Yeah.
have been the finish, but she got it with a flash pin. All right, next match was AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, the WWE Tag Team Champions, defending against Javon Evans and TNA Wrestling X Division Champion Leon Slater, who was brought in for one reason and one reason only, to lose.
Yeah.
They needed a guy to lose, so they brought in the TNA guy. No, actually, I think that they do really think highly of Leon. He's probably going to be signing there when his contract's up at the end of this year. And John Cena did want some young talent, but it was a good 6-minute match. For whatever you can get out of 6 minutes, it was a real sprint.
Yeah.
But AJ got the victory over. He pinned Leon Slater. They did have a thing where AJ did a botch. I think that was a worked botch.
Yeah.
I don't really think that was legit, but.
So one of the guys on Twitter, and I think it was one of the Fightful guys, maybe Joel, I could be wrong. Whoever tweeted it out will know. But he said, remember when AJ Styles slipped on the ropes on the Indies and made a whole story out of it?
Yeah.
And that when it happened, they made sure the camera was behind Dragon Lee, so you couldn't actually see his footing.
Yeah.
I think that was intentional. I think it's probably going to play into his retirement storyline that'll be coming up.
Yeah.
Of him just running out.
Him saying that I'm not that good anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah. JD, are you pulling up a thing? Chris Statlander did her knee twice.
Yeah.
Chris Statlander doesn't jump around doing gymnastics stuff. Chris Statlander is a base wrestler. Like she's strong and she picks people up a lot. So it's a completely different thing. But yeah, she did. She did, and she doesn't move very fast.
A really good comparison.
Quick.
Yeah, a really good comparison for Saul will be Seth Rollins, who was a very athletic wrestler and blew his knee apart. And he can still do some athletic stuff, but you can tell he doesn't move around. And, part of that is getting closer to 40. But you can tell after post-knee surgery that he wasn't the same wrestler and had to change his style quite a bit.
Yeah. So I need to temper some of the expectations of TNA fans. I feel like this is my job as the only adult in the TNA world. Anytime you're setting up expectations, you're creating future resentments. So when AJ Styles doesn't show up to TNA to challenge Leon Slater for the X Division Championship, don't say I told you. Don't say I didn't tell you so.
Yeah.
That's not happening. That's not why they got AJ Styles to get the pin over him, so he can now go challenge for the title on TNA. Everybody get that out of your heads. If he does challenge for it, it's going to be on WWE television. And the reason why I think it'd be on WWE television is because I get the feeling that they really, really like Leon.
Yeah.
And they want to bring him in, so they want to put him on television as much as possible. And you saw what happens when they bring in a TNA guy over and over again. What they do with the next segment, which was complete dog shit. The Miz shows up and he's complaining about not being on the show. R-Truth comes out. R-Truth left this company and came back and was Ron the Truth Killings again and was serious. And then all of a sudden he flipped that back around and he's worse than he was before. I had not seen him in a long time. And the character of the crazy R-Truth character, who is kind of stupid and goofy, like it's the acting has gotten worse, and
Mhm.
you can tell he's just not really feeling it anymore. He like before you could tell like he embraced the character. Now you can tell he's just doing it because this is what people want. He's like, well, shit, I'm getting paid. I might
Yeah.
as well do it. That's what I felt last night watching, and I had not seen him in a while. And he shows up and said, you know, they did a whole JD. You don't know about this, but they did a whole thing where they put the balls in the thing where they spin the thing to pull the names out. Kind of like the fake NBA
Compatible?
draft lottery.
Okay.
That's a total work. Everybody knows that's a sham. So this is also a sham. And the Miz was in there messing with some of them, and Joe Hendry, his name was in there, but Miz, you know, took his name out. So anyway, R-Truth comes out to call him out on that and says, "Here, you messed with who was it? Aldis's balls? Is that what he said,
Yeah,
Joe?
Aldis's
Yeah.
balls.
So
yeah.
you mess with Aldis's balls, or you betrayed his balls, whatever." And there was a name in there of a guy who should have got an opportunity to wrestle John Cena. And then he opens the thing, and the name is Joe Hendry, and Joe Hendry comes out there and lays out the Miz.
Yeah.
For anybody that thought that Joe Hendry was going to come into the WWE and be anything other than a geek, you now know what they see him as, is a meme wrestler, comedy geek, and that's what he's going to be when he comes on the main roster. I think that TNA dodged a bullet by losing him, to be quite honest, because his star had started to decline.
Mhm.
Once he lost to Trick Williams, his star just kind of greatly declined, and then he got beat, and now this is just what he is. Joe, please tell me you hated this segment. If you don't, I'm going to kick you off.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it, and I'm pretty sure it only happened for two reasons. One, I think John Cena wanted Truth, Miz, and Hendry on the show.
Yes.
And two, probably the more important reason it happened is they were still required to do a certain amount of commercials, and they didn't want to do commercials during matches, so they had to have a short segment between the finish of the tag match and the John Cena match where they could do commercial short segment and then commercial John Cena match.
Dude, the commercials on that show last night were fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
I forgot how bad it was on Peacock. I have Peacock for 1 month. I went ahead and resubscribed because I got a military discount, and I'm going to cancel that sub as soon as the NFL playoffs are over. I'm done after that. JD, the video that I sent you did not have that Miz segment, did it?
Oh, it was there.
Oh, it was there?
I watched it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what Joe Hendry is going to be for them, right?
Yeah.
Geek.
No kidding. Like
He'll be a geek, but he'll make a lot of money doing it, and he'll be happy doing it.
Hey, you know what?
Because like
that's a good role for him.
Yeah, he's very limited in the ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Joe Henry's Joe Henry's not a good wrestler, nor has he ever pretended to be one. He got over as a meme wrestler, and TNA smartly wrote it out, and he was able to ride it out to a WWE contract. He's going to be a sub mid card geek. He's going to be the dude. That was a passing of the torch moment.
Yeah,
like that's what that was.
Yeah,
like
R-Truth got a 20-year career out of that role.
Yep, like more like 15 because he bounced around with TNA and stuff. About 20. Yeah, he's back 20.
Yeah, he came back to WWE a long time ago.
Right.
It was like 2006 is when he returned.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. Like what's sad is like it seemed like they were going to do something with him last summer, right? Then the fans all got behind him and they seemed interested. He's like, I'm Ron Killings, and then they immediately dropped it. So I mean, like in the ultimate work move, he got himself another contract.
Yeah.
Right. When they didn't have any use for him, and they've proven they don't have any use for him, and they made him call out his new successor. So, but good for him. He's getting paid. Joe Hendry is going to be doing. That's what he's for. He sings and he's goofy and he's perfect. We talked about this back in Brace for Impact stuff. Like this is exactly the role that Joe Hendry should be in. He never fit in like Ring of Honor and stuff like that. I hate it, but I don't. That stuff's not for me. So whatever.
Yeah. Joe, thank you for being here. That's where we're gonna say goodbye for now. We appreciate you, Joe. What's your Twitter handle so everybody can follow you?
Yeah, don't follow me on Twitter. I offer no opinions of value on there, so don't even worry about it.
Okay, we will not promote Joe's Twitter then. That's fine. JD and I are going to address all the comments now, and then we're going to talk about Paramount's hostile takeover of Netflix. Dude, he just fucking hung up. Like he just
fuck you guys. I'm out of here.